Welcome to a sacred haven. A Buddhist temple cradled high on a mist-shrouded mountainside, where ancient bamboo groves whisper secrets to the wind, and a tranquil koi pond mirrors the silver glow of a crescent moon. The air hums with the faint perfume of sandalwood incense, mingling with the earthy scent of dew-kissed moss. Fireflies drift like tiny lanterns, weaving a delicate dance of light through the twilight. As you settle into the softness of your bed, let your body melt into its embrace, your breath slowing to a gentle rhythm, like ripples on the pond's still surface. Tonight, we embark on a luminous Zen story, woven with the timeless wisdom of karma. Nothing happens without a cause. This tale will guide you through the intricate threads of existence, easing your mind into clarity, and your heart into deep, restorative sleep. In a vibrant village, nestled at the base of a towering mountain, where rice fields glowed golden under the autumn sun, lived Taro, a young carpenter whose hands crafted beauty from wood. His carvings adorned village homes, intricate lotus blossoms etched into beams, sturdy tables smoothed by years of care. Yet, despite his skill, Taro's heart was a storm-tossed sea. Night after night, he lay awake, his mind ensnared by the day's burdens. Heated words with his brother, Ken, over a shared workshop. The sting of a failed apprenticeship that left him doubting his worth, and a restless yearning for a purpose he couldn't name. "Why do these shadows follow me?" he whispered into the darkness. "Are my struggles mere chance? Or do they carry a hidden meaning?" One crisp evening, as crimson leaves swirled like embers in the village square, Taro overheard travelers speaking of a temple high on the mountain, where Master Kael, a monk of profound insight, unraveled the mysteries of life's patterns. A quiet spark ignited in Taro's chest, a pull as undeniable as the tide. With a small bundle of provisions, he set out at dawn, his sandals crunching on a path that wound through cedar forests and over rocky outcrops. The mountain air grew cooler, sharper, as he climbed, and the world below faded into a tapestry of green and gold. At last, he reached the temple gates, where the silence felt alive, as if the mountain itself exhaled wisdom. A young monk greeted Taro with a warm bowl of rice porridge, fragrant with ginger, and a cup of jasmine tea that warmed his hands. He was led to the temple's meditation garden, a sanctuary of serenity, where bamboo swayed in a gentle breeze, and a koi pond shimmered under the fading light. There sat Master Kael, his robes pooling like shadows around him, his presence as steady as the ancient pine at his side. His eyes, deep and luminous like the pond's depths, seemed to see not just Taro's face, but the weight he carried within. "Master Kael," Taro began, bowing deeply, his voice trembling with the urgency of his quest. "My heart is heavy, my nights sleepless. I clash with my brother over things that seem small, yet they wound deeply. My past failures haunt me, and I feel lost, as if life conspires against me. Are these troubles random, or is there a reason I cannot see?" Kael regarded Taro, his gaze soft yet piercing, as if tracing the invisible threads of his life. For a long moment, he was silent, letting Taro's words settle. Like leaves on the pond, the cricket's song wove through the air, a delicate counterpoint to the rustle of bamboo. Then, with a voice as smooth as river stones, Kael spoke. Taro, the Buddha taught that nothing happens without a cause. Every joy, every sorrow, every encounter is a harvest from seeds planted by actions. Yours, others, or those from lives long past. Let me share a story to light your path. Kael gestured toward the koi pond, where fish glided beneath lotus leaves, their movements a silent dance of cause and effect. Centuries ago, he began. In a village cradled by a great river, lived a farmer named Hannah. Each spring, she planted seeds in her field, some for towering oaks, others for delicate wildflowers, and some that never bloomed, choked by weeds or hardened earth. Hannah once believed her harvests were the whim of fate, until a wandering monk taught her a truth. Every seed you plant carries a cause, and every harvest reveals its effect. Tend your field with care, and you shape what grows. Taro leaned forward, his breath catching, as he pictured Hannah's field, vibrant with possibility, yet shadowed by struggle. Kael's voice deepened, resonant as a temple bell. One year, a flood swept through, drowning Hannah's crops. She cursed the river, her neighbors, even herself, until the monk returned and said, "Your anger plants bitter seeds, Hannah. Look deeper, what caused this flood? The rains, yes, but also the choices of your village. To cut trees that held the soil. Your field's fate is woven with others' actions." Hannah began to see her life as a web. Each thread a cause, each knot an effect. She planted new seeds. Oaks for strength, wildflowers for beauty, and tended them with mindfulness. Over time, her field bloomed, not because the river changed, but because she understood its causes and worked with them. Taro's eyes followed a koi as it circled a lotus, its path both free and bound by the pond's edges. Kael continued. The Buddha said, "All that arises is born from conditions, and all that passes returns to the flow of existence." Your struggles, Taro, are not random. Your arguments with Ken, your pain from the past, they are harvests from seeds sown by your actions, his, and those beyond your knowing. Your harsh words to Ken may stem from fear of being unseen, just as his sharpness may reflect his own doubts. But here is the gift. Each moment is a chance to plant new seeds for peace. Taro's hands unclenched, the tension in his shoulders easing, as Kael's words sank in. "But how can I see these causes clearly?" he asked. "And how do I plant seeds that bring calm instead of chaos?" Kael's smile was a flicker of light, like a firefly in the dusk. The Buddha taught, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Your reactions, your frustration, your self-doubt are seeds that shape tomorrow." To find clarity, practice mindfulness, observing your thoughts as they arise, like leaves on a stream. "Let me show you." Kael guided Taro to kneel by the pond, where the water reflected the first stars, like scattered jewels. "Close your eyes," he said, his voice a soothing current, "and feel your breath. Steady as the mountain's heartbeat. Notice your thoughts, Your anger with Ken. Your regret over your apprenticeship. As leaves floating on a stream. They arise from causes. But they need not stay. With each exhale, let them drift, trusting the stream to carry them away. Taro followed, his breath deepening. Each exhale a release. He saw his argument with Ken as a leaf, born from his fear of being overshadowed, and let it float away. He saw his failed apprenticeship as another leaf, rooted in his impatience, and released it to the current. His mind grew still, the storm within quieting, as if the pond itself held his thoughts. In its gentle embrace, Kael's voice wove through the night, soft as the bamboo's whisper. This is the practice of clarity, Taro. By seeing the causes of your struggles, you free yourself from their weight. The Buddha taught, mind is the forerunner of all things. Each mindful moment is a seed, planted for awakening. When you pause before speaking harshly, when you choose kindness over blame, you plant seeds for peace. As the stars multiplied above, Kael invited Taro to join a temple ritual, a sacred practice, held under the moon's silver gaze. Monks gathered in the garden, where a small wooden box rested beneath a flowering plum tree, its blossoms glowing like pale stars. Each monk wrote an intention for a mindful action on rice paper, a gesture of patience, a word of gratitude, a moment of presence, and placed it in the box, burying it to symbolize planting a new seed of karma. Taro hesitated, then wrote, I will listen to Ken with an open heart, seeing his struggles as my own. As he buried the paper, the earth felt warm, alive with possibility, and a spark of hope flickered in his chest. The garden shimmered with lanterns, their light blending with the fireflies' glow, casting patterns on the pond. The scent of plum blossoms mingled with the cool night air, and Taro's body felt heavy, his mind light, as if the mountain cradled him. In its ancient hands, Kael placed a smooth, river-worn stone in Taro's palm. Keep this, he said. When doubts cloud your mind, hold it and remember, every action is a seed, every outcome a harvest. Plant with wisdom, and clarity will bloom. That night, in the temple's simple guest quarters, Taro slept deeply, his dreams a vibrant field, where new trees rose, from seeds of patience and understanding. His breath flowed like a river, carrying away the day's leaves, leaving only stillness. Over the next 3 days, Kael taught him more about karma's web, how past actions shape the present, but present choices weave the future. Taro learned to pause before reacting, to see the causes behind Ken's sharp words, a fear of failure mirroring his own, and to respond with care rather than anger. He practiced mindfulness each evening, letting the day's tensions drift like leaves, planting seeds for calm with every breath. When Taro returned to his village, the stone rested in his pocket, a quiet reminder of the temple's wisdom. He approached Ken with new eyes, listening to his brother's frustrations without judgment. sharing his own fears with honesty. Their arguments soften, replaced by moments of understanding. Shared meals, quiet laughter over childhood memories, and plans to rebuild their workshop together. Taro's carvings took on new depth, each stroke a mindful act, a seed for beauty and connection. The village began to notice his calm presence, seeking his quiet wisdom, as they once sought his craft. Years later, Taro returned to the temple, now a master carpenter, whose work adorned temples across the region. He sat with Kael in the same garden, the koi pond glittering under a full moon, its surface a mirror of stars. "Master," Taro said, his voice steady with gratitude, "I see now that my struggles were not chance. They were teachers, revealing the causes I could change. By planting seeds of patience and clarity, I found a peace I never thought possible." Kael's eyes crinkled, reflecting the lantern light. The Buddha said, "If it were not possible to cultivate the good, I would not tell you to do so. You've woven karma's truth into your life, Taro, that nothing happens without a cause, and every choice is a seed for awakening. Carry this wisdom, and your path will always be lit." As they sat, the night deepened, the bamboo's whisper blending with the pond's soft ripples. Taro felt a profound gratitude for the struggles that led him here, each one a thread in the tapestry of his growth. He bowed to Kael, the stone warm in his hand, and descended the mountain, carrying the temple's peace into the world below. As we draw this story to a close, I invite you to turn inward, reflecting gently on your own day. What leaves float on the stream of your mind? Worries that linger, joys that spark, or regrets that weigh heavy? See them as arising from causes, part of the vast web of existence, and let them drift with each slow breath. You don't need to unravel every knot tonight. The river of life will carry them in its own time. The Buddha taught, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Trust that every moment, every encounter, is a seed planted with purpose, guiding you toward clarity. Feel your body sinking deeper into the embrace of rest. Your breath, a gentle current, carrying away the day's weight. Picture the temple under a starlit sky, the bamboo swaying, the koi gliding in silent harmony. Your heart is a field, and each mindful breath plants a seed for peace. Are there actions you can take tomorrow? A kind word, a patient pause, that might bloom into calm? Let these intentions settle softly, like petals on the pond, as the fireflies weave their dance, and the mountain hums its ancient lullaby. Know that you are held in the web of existence, where nothing happens by chance. May your sleep be deep and restorative. Your dreams, a garden of new seeds, sprouting clarity and joy. Rest now, cradled in the truth that every cause shapes your path, and every breath lights the way to peace.